I want to start with something that's going to sound obvious once I say it, and yet almost nobody actually acts on it. Being rich isn't a number. It's a structure. It's what's underneath the number, quietly working, whether you're awake or asleep, whether you're at your desk or on a beach somewhere not thinking about money at all. Most people chase income. That's the mistake. Income is what you trade hours for. What actually makes someone rich, and more importantly, what keeps them rich, is what they own that produces money without needing them there to run it. I'm Mr. Kraft. I've spent enough time around markets, portfolios, and people who've genuinely built wealth to tell you this isn't theory. It's just underreported. So let's talk about the 5 assets that actually matter, and I'll be honest with you about which ones I think are overhyped, too. Asset 1. A skill that moves the needle. Before you have capital to deploy, you need a way to generate it faster than a standard paycheck allows. I'm talking about a specific, monetizable skill, not hard work, which is vague and unmeasurable, but something concrete. Sales, copywriting, financial modeling, software, the kind of skill where a client or employer would pay a premium specifically for you, not just anyone. Here's the thing nobody says out loud. A $40 an hour skill and a $150 an hour skill require almost the same effort to learn. The difference is which one you picked. People spend 2 years getting marginally better at a low-leverage skill and wonder why nothing's changing. Fix the skill, and everything downstream gets easier, including everything else on this list. Asset 2. An ownership stake in growth. And I want to be precise here, because most people get this one wrong. Everyone tells you to buy index funds. Fine advice, long-term. But if you're in your 20s or early 30s with a long runway, and you're only doing that, you're leaving something on the table. I'll say something that might get some pushback. Pure diversification too early is actually a mistake. When you're young, you have a resource older investors don't. Time to recover from being wrong. That means some concentrated, high-conviction positions alongside your boring index fund base can be the right call while you're building. Not gambling, not meme stocks. Real conviction, backed by real research, sized so a loss doesn't wreck you. The base, the S&P fund, the total market fund, that's your floor. It should always be there. But treating it as the entire strategy for 30 years straight is playing it safer than the math actually supports, at least early on. Asset 3. Property or exposure to it. You don't need to become a landlord overnight. I met a guy, I'll call him Ryan, who spent 3 years terrified of buying his first duplex because he thought he needed 6 figures sitting in cash first. He didn't. He needed 3.5% down, a decent credit score, and the willingness to live in one unit while renting the other. 5 years later, that property alone had appreciated past $340,000, and the tenant's rent was covering almost the entire mortgage. He wasn't a real estate genius. He just stopped waiting for permission. If you're not ready for that step, a REIT gets you exposure without the tenant phone calls at midnight. Either way, get some money into an asset class that fights inflation actively instead of sitting in a savings account losing value quietly, 1% at a time. Asset 4. Something you build that sells without you. This is the one people are most afraid of because it doesn't come with guaranteed biweekly deposits. A digital product, a small service business, a brand with actual margin. The fear is real. I'm not going to pretend it isn't. But here's the math that convinced me. A job is one client, one buyer of your time, at one price, that can walk away whenever they choose. A business, even a small one, spreads that risk across many buyers. That's not motivational speak. That's just how risk distribution works. Asset 5. Reputation, the one that never shows up on a spreadsheet. The people who'd vouch for you, recommend you, bring you into a room you weren't invited to. That's real capital. I've watched deals happen that were never posted publicly, never advertised, because they went to someone the room already trusted. You can't shortcut that. You build it the same way you build anything else worth having, slowly, and by actually being reliable when it's inconvenient. Now, here's what ties all 5 together, and it's the part most explainers skip. These assets aren't parallel. They're sequential fuel. Your skill funds your investing. Your investing and your skill together get you into property. Property and your business build real net worth. Your reputation accelerates every single one of those because opportunities move faster through trust than through cold outreach. Two people, same starting paycheck. One upgrades their lifestyle with every raise, nicer apartment, newer car, and 5 years later, still has nothing underneath them but that paycheck. The other builds one asset at a time, slowly, unglamorously. 5 years later, neither of them is rich yet, but one of them has 4 engines running. The other has one, and it's the one that can be taken away by someone else's decision. That's the actual gap. Not luck, just direction. Start with one. The one that's actually within reach for you right now, not the one that sounds most impressive. If this gave you a clearer picture, subscribe. This channel is built around what actually works, not what sounds good in a headline. And tell me, out of these 5, which one do you already have working for you, and which one are you building next? Drop it in the comments.